BK, Tim Draper seems kind of crazy when he's saying $250,000 by 2022.
You know what? It sounds crazy, but think about it this way. That's 4 years from now. That's a 3,000% return from here, which again sounds crazy. But over the last 2 years, Bitcoin's had a 4,000% return. So now, again, it's parabolic, but it would just be a continuation of the trend that we've seen.
As Bitcoin moves to become more institutionalized, though, in terms of investor flows, would we see those kinds of parabolic moves, or does the trading get sort of dampened, the volatility get dampened?
Well, the hope is the volatility gets dampened, and that way it becomes a lot more usable. Because the big problem with Bitcoin now is, using it as a currency is very difficult because of the volatility. You use it in the countries that Mark Mobius was talking about because you don't have an alternative. This is what you have to use. But we'd certainly like to see with futures. This week we had big volume in futures. That'll hopefully tamp down the volatility a bit. That doesn't mean it can't reach those levels. It just might not do it as fast as it did in the last 2 years. It might take 4 years, like Tim Draper saying.
What's your own forecast, Beeks?
Oh, that's my own forecast. Listen, I think if we can get transaction volumes up again, then there's no reason why this couldn't be at 25,000 by the end of the year again. We can make a new high.
And in terms of next week, this week was a very, very big week. What are you watching for next week in terms of whether or not we...
So you heard it, guys. Brian Kelly, mainstream media, saying Bitcoin's going to the moon. Bitcoin to 25,000. So we'll see if they're right. We definitely had a nice little price run up. What's interesting is less than an hour before I decided to go to Coachella this year, the price shot up. So I don't know if that's a good omen or what. But my personal opinion is you got to be careful with cryptocurrency. It's very, very volatile. That's why I don't think it's a good idea to be making large transactions. Instead, you want to kind of spread it around and dollar cost average. You still have to wait for the regulation. So what I'm really waiting for, where I would think we hit that 25,000 price target, is that there's an actual ETF that's released, and I believe this doesn't have to be just the United States. I believe in other markets as well, they're going to that route where you can use institutional ways to buy crypto. So if that trend comes around, I think that will really help get us to 25,000. And if you've been watching this show, I've made the prediction that we would hit a $1 trillion market cap, which is almost 3 times what the current price is. So I do think we will hit that price level maybe by the end of the year. Right away, I don't think so. I think there's still a lot of regulations that need to be discovered and fixed, and I wouldn't be surprised if it takes over a year, but I think the 1 year mark, or now it's less than a year, but basically with 6 months, six to 8 months is kind of optimistic. I still think, we're probably closer away to maybe even past the 2018, maybe sometime in 2019 we hit that. But you never know with cryptocurrencies, so it's really interesting, and let me know what you guys think. Would love to hear your comments on this. And we're getting very, very close to 8,000 subscribers. So once again, thank you for your support. Thank you for your comments. And I will continue to try to bring good news to you guys. So let me know how you guys feel. And thank you very much for watching. And I will talk to you guys soon.